So, a whites only town is being built right now in America by choice, by design, and with plans to expand. It's called Return to the Land. And their goal is to build a network of all white, Christian only communities starting in Arkansas and now eyeing Missouri. This group has already bought over 150 acres of land in rural Arkansas. They've bought homes, schools, churches, and they're only accepting members who are white, straight, Christian, and of European descent.
They're putting up white-only signs. Here in Missouri, they're trying to start a white-only community. I don't get what the reasoning is. It's time to speak out.
Who you want to speak out? Because as a black man, there is nothing wrong with this. Let them all be together.
It's about to go down.
White people, quick question. What is white American culture? I ask that because, just hold on. Hold on. Just hold on.
Who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites only place.
White American culture.
Okay, inside Return to the Land, the group making a whites-only community. All right, so good luck, guys. Good luck. Just first off, I want to say that. Just first off, guys, good luck, truly. But y'all been doing this. Like, it's been groups of white people going to somebody else's land and just staking forks in the motherfucker and saying, this is our culture. That is white culture, isn't it? Like stealing and taking land.
Jews, Muslims, Black people, LGBTQ individuals completely banned from joining. Their founder openly says, you want a white nation? Build a white town.
So they're trying to break ground on a whites-only community in Springfield, Missouri, as early as this year. Not literally in Springfield, Missouri, but adjacent. And they hope that they can build one of these cities in every state in the union. It's called the Return to the Land Initiative. And my brain keeps breaking every time I say Return to the Land out loud.
Return to the Land calls itself a private membership association, which they believe allows them to legally discriminate in who gets to live on their land. Now, illegal exports, of course, and civil rights groups have said this doesn't protect from their fair housing laws that make this kind of exclusion illegal. They're framing this as freedom and tradition, but in reality, it's a modern version of segregation. The NAACP, Anti-Defamation League, and even the Arkansas Attorney General are pushing back, calling for investigations and warning that this is a blatant racial and religious discrimination. Still, the group is gaining attention and more people are applying to join. Now, this isn't a story from the 1950s. It's happening right now in America, 2025. A self-declared whites-only town is being built in the open with plans to expand across the country.
Welcome to today's video, guys. In today's video, I'll be exploring the development that is currently taking place in Missouri, United States. This state is a state that is rich in history, resilience, and, so to say, contradiction. So there's a development that is happening where there's a whites-only community near Springfield, Missouri, founded by a group called Return to the Land. What is their goal? Their goal, it is said, it is to create racially exclusive towns across America.
And I'm trying to understand the whole return to the land sentiment there, because it sounds eerily similar to return the land or land back for indigenous people. And after that Jubilee episode recently with that one white guy saying that white people are Native Americans, and he truly believed it and people clapped for him, I'd like to see them build this white city. But I would like them to not use any inventions made by any person of color or any immigrant. Like literally everything. Even down to the types of pets that they're allowed to have, actually. Because we don't want any immigrant pets. They have to be from America only. It's just bothersome to me, as a person who is white, to see other white people be so stupid. And the fact that they think that they can actually put one in every state. It's mind-boggling to me. At this point, I'm just starting to feel like Any person who is not cis, straight, heterosexual, white, or male, it can't be all of those categories. I think we should just leave. Everyone just pick up, give up, and leave. And let them see how horrible it actually would be. This can't be my reality.
So I caught wind of the whites only town going up in Missouri. You can click on the Stitch video to see what exactly it is, okay? So there's this other whites only town, okay? Okay, this isn't going to be the first, and it's probably not going to be last. I approve, actually. I approve because that'll give every single person who does not want to be around anyone who is non-white a place to go. Since they don't want to travel back to Europe, it'll give them a place to go and stay. If I can offer some suggestions, I would like them to actually build a wall around themselves. Okay, that's what I would actually. I honestly would. Just to be clear, I think they should build a huge wall around themselves and just stay there. And this will actually take the pressure off of Black America. It'll actually take the pressure off of the indigenous. It'll take the pressure off for us to build our own communities then, because you will already have had, because they plan on expanding this to 50 different states. So that way we'll have everything out here and you can have everything within your walls. Okay? I love the idea. I think it's perfect. All right? I think this is one of the best ideas I've ever heard, actually. Like before, okay, so there were sundown towns before, okay? And there's still sundown towns. But I just feel like, no, just build the wall around yourself. Just build the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is said, no one is an island, no one stands alone. It's hard for people to just exist on their own. It's good to coexist because, Black Americans, there's some Black Americans who have intermarried with the whites, and we have whites who have intermarried with many other races. It's not good to start excluding yourselves or others. It's good in this time and age to coexist with one another, to come up together, to intermarry, and to find ways of coexisting together. By doing this is segregation, and as the lady she's putting it, it is better for them even to now fence and totally seclude themselves. Their services they'll be only be getting from their fellow whites. This, according to me, it's not going to work. It's good to coexist with one another. Even yes, Marcus Garvey had plans to bring Black people together to Africa, but Marcus Garvey didn't mean to now seclude all the whites, because the whites are also welcomed in Africa, the same way in the United States. But when we start to have sectors, people secluding themselves, it's not going to be okay. It's good to live with one another with peace, love, and unity. And also, there are some people who think that by coming up with this form of segregation, where they establish only a white-only community, still they'll have problems, because rotten potatoes in the society are just rotten potatoes. When somebody is a thief and is a white, that does not differentiate him from a thief who is a Black person. They are both thieves. So in such a society, maybe they'll it is not the end of their problems. They'll still have some rotten people or people who will still be troublesome and give them trouble. It's not such kind of thing is not the end of their trouble. And also, as you know, a place like the United States, the original inhabitants were the Red Indians, and it is alleged that they were wiped away by the Europeans, and later on the transatlantic slave trade came into being with the blacks who came in as laborers in the fields, and now they are part of America. You can't start excluding them. And I'll put it that the United States does not belong to Europeans. The United States belong to each and everyone and each and every individual. In fact, there are some individuals who are not original inhabitants of that place, but through they migrated there, and after some years they naturalized themselves and got involved to be citizens. So it's good to embrace one another. There is an importance of each and everyone and every individual in the United States. Even though I'll say, because it is alleged that the whites are a group of people who it is alleged that they have engaged in a lot of discrimination throughout the history. Like in the transatlantic slave trade, they partake a lot in colonizing Africa. They did it so much in colonizing the Caribbean. They engaged in that. And also, as I've told you, the Red Indians were the original inhabitants of the United States, but they were wiped away because of colonialization. So let's embrace one another. This is the message. And also, the people in these videos, you can see they are saying in one loud voice that they are not against it. Let them continue to do to engage in it. In the end of the day, if it will be advantageous, it will be. If it will be advantageous, they'll see the results, and if it will not be advantageous, they also see the results.
You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and benefit off of it. Don't get mad, get glad. Don't get mad, get glad, baby. Capitalize on it. Because, you know, those type of people special. And they want special freaking treatment. So give them the special freaking treatment they need, because they rich now.
It's been an uptick in racism since Trump. Y'all know that. Y'all know. Y'all seen it, they building a whites only town. I want to say it's in Ozark or something like that. Missouri. Is Ozark in Missouri? I don't know. Only Ozark I know is the Netflix show. I never heard of Ozark before that. But they're building a whites only town. And it's a white creator on here. I'm going to post his picture. He was so flabbergasted. Oh, it's 2025. We shouldn't be doing that. Yes, the fuck they should. And please build more. Please build more. Let us know who you are. Build more. Move there. Because our ancestors built it. I ain't going nowhere. I promise you that. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to go and visit other places. But me, we're going to be right here in these United States. So please move to your whites only town. Baby, stay there. They're also building a whites only restaurant. Please.
There are whites only signs being erected in Missouri, the Ozarks. And I guess I'm wondering, like, why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Here's my thing. Apparently it's this community called For the Land or something like that. And they plan to go across all 50 states, creating white only communities where nobody else, like no other kind of people, can come in. And they can have their own rules and be completely purebred for their ancestors and stuff. And here's my thing. That's fine. I actually would prefer if all the racist people were to go live in the woods away from, but here's the issue. When black communities come together, Black Tulsa, when black communities come together and they actually start doing something, they actually succeed and get somewhere, it's always taken away, burned to the ground. Lake Lanier, hello? That's my thing. And it frustrates me when it comes to the black community as well. It's like, we still can't bring our businesses, like our wealthy black businesses, back to the hood. Y'all ask black people, why don't you bring your businesses back to the hood? It's so much deeper than that. Like, we have been so programmed that we don't even help each other anymore. And this is just truth. This is just fact, y'all. I can only speak on my community because I don't know anything else about any other community. Y'all tell me. But that is what I've noticed about the black community. I think that we don't actually believe that we can be something. We can be a force to be reckoned with. We individually have our own thoughts, yes, about what we could be, but I don't think as a collective we have come together yet and really admitted to ourselves that we can be better than what we are. I recently heard about this theory, right? It's called the flea theory. Let me show y'all. So basically, they got a generation of fleas and they put them in an open canister with the lid off. And the fleas would jump out. They'd escape. And then as they kept on breeding the fleas and the generations kept on going, with the second one, they would put the lid right here. Let's just say at the top. And they started, and when they hit the top, that third generation only jumped to the top. Then they lowered it. By the fourth generation, they were only jumping to where they put the lid, even when the lid was off. Now, once the fifth generation came along, they left it completely open, and none of the generations jumped past that limit they did with the fourth. Are you catching what I'm putting down? It gets to a point that you're made to believe for so long that you are nothing, and you can be nothing, you can accomplish nothing, that you start to really actually be that and believe that. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, it's really sad that racists can come together and do more for their community than we can as Black people. And I feel like we have to do better. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the white community thing. I didn't even bat an eye, to be honest. Ugh, baby, I live in the South.
So it's no surprise to me that in this day and age, 2025, under this administration, that there are now white-only establishments. You heard me. White-only signs on businesses. Now, I find this very funny because they really think that we want to be anywhere where the majority is them. And I've been to places like that unknowingly that it was going to be majority white people. And as soon as I enter, I'm immediately uncomfortable and want to exit the premises expeditiously. So please give me fair warning. Please let me know ahead of time where I am not welcome, because I don't want to go there. None of us want to go there. None of us want to spend our hard-earned money. None of us want to pay taxes in any kind of establishment that doesn't want us there. And I honestly find this whole thing really funny, because how long do y'all think that those establishments are even going to last without our dollar? Because those billionaires aren't going to help you. I really want them to see how a white-only society would fail to thrive. Not to mention the white-only neighborhood that's supposedly being built. Like, I can't wait to see all the trouble that they cause one another. To finally see that we ain't the problem. So good luck to y'all. I'm good. We're good. Be quick with them signs, because I need to know. Thank you. Bye.
So, in the year 2023, a group led by Eric Orwell began developing a 160-acre settlement in northern Arkansas. Later, it expanded towards Missouri. RTTL operates as a private member association, vetting applicants based on European ancestry and excluding Black people, Jews, and the LGBTQ plus individuals. They claim it's about heritage. Critics call it segregation that has been rebranded. Long before RTTL, Black Missourians built towns of their own. Kinloch, founded in the late 1800s, became Missouri's oldest Black incorporated city. Robertson and Meckham Park thrived with Black-owned businesses, schools, and churches. These towns were born from resilience, safe havens during segregation and Jim Crow. RTTL expansion has sparked legal scrutiny. The Anti-Defamation League argues the exclusionary practices violate the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Missouri Democrats have condemned the group, calling it a hate movement, but RTTL insists their model is legal, citing private land rights. History teaches us that segregation, whether by law or loophole, breeds inequality. The destruction of Black towns through urban renewal and environmental injustice left scars still felt today. But it also teaches us that intentional inclusion can heal. To counter exclusion, we must invest in inclusion. Here's how Missouri and America can move forward. 1. This can be done by supporting Black-led housing and urban development. 2. Education should be funded and cultural preservation in historic Black towns. 3. Enforce civil rights laws and challenge discriminatory zoning. Also, elevate Black leadership in local planning and governance, and create digital archives and storytelling platforms to preserve Black history. So cheers guys, this has been the video for today. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do me the favor of subscribing to this channel, liking this video, and leave your sweet comment. Until next time, God bless.
What makes you think that you have any control over our community and why you deserve the right to be around us? As you see behind me, this is a list of things that are segregated for people who are not white. Let's take a look at all of the segregated spaces, events, graduations, scholarships, and government programs that are set aside for people who are not white. Sorry, sweetheart, but we're not stopping until we see white graduations, white cultural events, white communities, white-only spaces, white scholarships. If you don't like it, we don't really care. Go build your own society. Nobody's stopping you. It must be really nice to have all of these non-white privileges living in a white country. Access to white people is not a right. You will not be stopping us from uniting and building up our community. It's not going to happen. Now, coexisting is just fine, but it needs to be optional instead of forced on the public. At the end of the day, white people deserve the right to celebrate and protect our people. Let them seethe.